Hello, my dear friends. My name is Minu Campbell, and I'm reading the science book from with Dr. and Master Jigong Shah and Dr. Ruling Shu, which you see their pictures here on the back. In the past, I have read about the sleeves, what this book is all about. This book uh, is the bridge between the science and spirituality, about how the creation happened and what we are doing here, where we are going, and all of those questions that you might have. And I read the chapter, the introduction, and then chapter one of these past few weeks. Now I'm getting to chapter two, and then after reading this, I will do in chapter one. I requested you to have to make a request for whatever that you might need. One request, doesn't matter how unbelievable the request is um, is very important to achieve it. You can manifest what you like, and this is what we are doing now. We are learning the theory, and then we are putting it into practice, and then you will see the result, the output. And personally, I have seen so much. um, I have seen what it could happen to us, to me. Actually, it did happen, uh, but is a process, is not instant. You see, I'm sorry. Is the process, and it takes time. So, but be patient, okay, for manifesting your dream. Okay, I'm gonna read about chapter 2, Milestones of Physics. Physics is the natural science that studies matter, its constitution, and its motion through space and time. Physics often provides the explanation of basic mechanism of other natural science. It also opens new avenues of research by giving new concepts, new understandings, and new analytical tools, including new experimental devices and equipment. Because of this, science is often called the foundation or the root of natural science. Origin of physics. The word physics came from the ancient Greek word meaning knowledge of nature. The earliest recorded physics research was in a form of what we now classify as astronomy and astrology. Astronomy studies heavenly bodies such as the planets, stars, and other objects in outer space. Astrology studies the influences of the position of the planets, stars, uh, and stars and other heavenly bodies on human affairs and the events on Mother Earth. Early civilization dated back to before 3000 BCE, including ancient Sumerians, Chinese, Indians, Egyptians, and many others, all had impressive understanding of the motion of sun, moon, stars, and planets. Some ancient civilization whispers worshipped planets, stars, and their gods. Ancient Chinese believed heavenly and human believed heaven and human being are one. Human beings are one. What happens in heaven directly affects humanity. Therefore, the observation and knowledge about the motion of the planets and stars was important for their lives. In India, the first written record of astronomical concepts came from the Vedas, the oldest literature of Hinduism. Unlike other ancient civilizations, the ancient Chinese separated astronomy and astrology. The main job of ancient Chinese astronomers were to track time, announce the first day of every month, and predict lunar eclipse. Their forecasts were vital to the emperors. If they were wrong in their prediction, they could be beheaded. Because of this, the Chinese astronomer created fantastically accurate measurement of time and charted unusual cosmological phenomena such as noise, comets, meteor, meteor showers, solar flares, sunspots, long before any other culture made any such observation. This makes their work important to the historical development of astronomy. Their ideas travel along the Silk Road into the Middle East and Europe. The measurement of time is crucial for development of civilization and science. Ancient civilization and sundials to measure time. A sundial is a device that tells the time of the day by the position of the sun in the sky. One of the greatest Chinese astronomers, Go Shujing, between 1231 and 1360 after Christ, created a huge sundial that allowed him to calculate the length of year to an accuracy of less than 30 seconds. In addition to the four major ancient Chinese inventions, a compass, for instance, compass, gunpowder, paper, printing technology. Ancient Chinese also created the ancestors of the modern clock. For over 2 millennia, physics has been part of natural philosophy. Natural philosophy has its origin in ancient China, Greece, India, and other civilizations. The ancient Chinese developed some profound and advanced natural philosophies. In an Yang, I Ching, I Ching, Tao wisdom, and the five elements theory have written history of about 5,000 years. These natural philosophies explains the origin, creation, evolution, composition, and destiny of our universe, everyone and everything, as natural processes with natural causes. In India, sacred books and hymns discuss philosophical questions about the origin of the universe. Ancient Hindu texts propose intelligent speculation about the genesis of the universe from non existence. Many ancient Greeks believed gods and goddesses controlled their lives. Some ancient Greek philosophers, such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, rejected these unnaturalistic explanation of natural phenomena. Socrates proposed to seek truth to guide one's life and discover the truth through reason and logic in discussion. Aristotle proposed ideas that are verified by reason and observation to explain natural phenomenon. Ancient Greeks recognized the holiness and the wisdom of numbers, along with the harmony and music. They also hypnosis, atomism, a theory that everyone and everything is made of atoms. This theory was found to be correct approximately 2000 years after it was first proposed. Islamic scholars inherited the natural philosophies from the Greek during the Islamic Golden Age, 5th to 13th centuries after Christ. Early forms of scientific methods were developed. The more notable innovations were in the field of optics and visions. Optics studies the behavior and properties of light, including its interaction with matter and construction of instruments that use or detect it. The most influential Islamic scientific books are written in 7 volumes of Book of Optics. This treatise on optic was written by medieval Arab counselor Ibn al-Hayyam, known as in West as al-Hazni from 965 to 1040 after Christ. The translation of the book of basic optic into European language has a huge impact on the development of science in Europe between 1260 and 1650. European scholars were able to build the same devices as Islamic scholars had created more than 700 years earlier. From these, such important devices are eyeglasses, magnifying glasses, telescope, and camera were developed. Scientific method. Physics emerges as a unique discipline in its own right in the 17th centuries. Isaac Newton and the other pioneers firmly established what we now call the scientific method. In parentheses, credit also goes to precedented in the Islamic Golden Age. Uh, Parenthesis closed. They started to use experiments and quantitative methods to discover the law of physics. Physics has two essential elements. One is repeatable experiment, and the other is mathematics. Physicists use mathematics formula to describe the findings of repeatable experiments. Newton, together with other physicists, also enlightened humanity with profound truths that planets, stars, Mother Earth, and human beings and all things follow the same law of physics. With mathematics, the language of our logical mind, we can understand and grasp the natural laws that govern everyone and everything. Success in explaining natural phenomenon with natural laws and mathematical formulas was a monumental breakthrough for humanity. The scientific method has proven to be very powerful in expanding human knowledge about the nature and about our ability to create material things. Because of it, physicists are able to understand better what everything is made of in the macroscopic and the macroscopic level, macrocosmic levels. The results include the creation of many things that are part of our daily lives, such as home appliances, TV, DVDs, computer, the internet, airline, rockets, satellites, telescopes, microscopes, and the advanced medical equipment, as well as nuclear weapons and much more. Significance of physics. Physics has deep impacts on humanity. Physics and natural science have played increasingly important roles in every aspect of our lives, our societies, and our world. Because of physics, humanity's power to create and impact nature started to grow exponentially in approximately the last 300 years. The world's history of the whole history of humanity and Mother Earth has been transformed. Physics is instrumental in the development of recent human history. For example, the development and establishment of Newtonian mechanics propelled and consummated the scientific revolution. Newtonian mechanics use a set of physics laws to describe the motion of body under the influence of force. I'm sorry, my voice is getting hoarse. I'm so sorry. I hope you stay with me. The scientific revolution has greatly influenced, in turn, the intellectual social movement known as the Enlightenment. This began as a philosophical movement that dominated the world of ideas in Europe in the 18th centuries. The Enlightenment included a range of ideas centered on reason as the primary source of authority and legitimacy. It advocates constitutional government and ending the abuse of church and state. It phrases scientific rigors and questions religion's orthodoxly, uh, orthodoxy. The ideas of the Enlightenment were incorporated in the United States Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution. Classical thermodynamic studies movement under pressure and heat and the exchange of matter and energy. Discover the thermodynamic led to the invention of the steam engine. This started the Industrial Revolution. The founding of information theory brought humanity to the information age. Information theory studies the quantification, storage, transportation, and the communication of information. Physics is divided into classical physics and modern physics. Classical physics include Newtonian mechanics, optics, thermodynamic, and magnetism. Modern science physics include ancient special and general theory of relativity, quantum physics, and string theory. Let's look at a little more closely into two major subcategories of physics. Let me see how much I can read. Okay, I can read classical physics for about 5 minutes or so. The rediscovery and development of optics in 17th century Europe led to more accurate measurement of movement of heavenly bodies, especially the movement of planets in the solar system. Mathematical relationships explaining planetary motion were discovered. The renowned British scientist and the mathematician Isaac Newton from 1642 to 1726 proposed a gravitational force between the sun and the planets. This force was what led the planets in their position. This force was held the planets in their position. Newton also presented in three laws of motion. Newton and three laws of motion tells us that everything tends to remain at rest or move in one direction at a constant pace when left undisturbed. This property is called inertia. Therefore, inertia is resistance to movement. Force is needed to make an object move in a different direction or at a faster or a slower speed. Mass in the physical quantity that measure the inertia of everything and everyone. This mass The more mass you have, the greater force is needed to move you. Every force you exert on others, the exact same force will be exerted to you. With the introduction of gravity and the three laws of motion, Newton could drive the mathematical formula governing the motions of planets. As Newton was sitting under the apple tree, a fallen apple hit him on the head. This gave him an aha moment. He was awakened to the universality of gravity. Gravity is not only the force that holds the sun, the Earth, and the other planets all together in a space. It is also the force that holds everyone and everything on Mother Earth. The apple falls back to the ground instead of flying away to the sky because of the gravity of Mother Earth. When we jump up, we come right back to the ground because the force of Earth, gravity, pulls us back. Gravity is the force existence between everyone and everything. This force is proportional to our mass. The more mass you have, the more gravitational force you exert on others. The gravitational force between you and me is negligible compared to other forces that affects us because our masses is small. Mother Earth has far greater mass. We can all feel Earth's gravity pull. Our weight is the measure of the Earth's gravitational force upon us. When we move to a higher altitude or other space, you weight less because Earth's gravitational force onto you is reduced. On the moon, your weight automatically would be about 1/6 of your weight on Earth, even though your mass remains the same. Optics studies the movement of light. Progress in optics has helped to create more powerful telescope, microscope, fiber optic, laser, and many other brilliant discoveries. Classical thermodynamic studies how pressure and temperature affects the movement of matter and energy. Thermodynamic consists of 4 thermodynamic laws. These discoveries are expressed in the mathematical formula called equation of state. The zero law of thermodynamics tells us that when we bring two systems together and leave them alone, they will eventually reach an equilibrium and have the same temperature. This implies that temperature is the universal physical quantity to describe the state of everyone and everything. Because of the zero's law, we know we can use a thermometer to measure temperature and compare temperatures. The first law of thermodynamics introduces the concept of energy into physics. It expresses the law of conservation of energy. It tells us that everything has internal energy You can change the internal energy by doing work, such as lifting a weight or exchanging heat. You may also use internal energy to do work or give heat. Energy can transform into different forms. It can also be transferred to another location. However, the total energy remains the same. The law of conservation of energy tells us that energy cannot be created or destroyed. The second law of thermodynamics tells us that the heat cannot spontaneously flow from a colder place to a hotter place. It introduces entropy as a physical quantity to describe the state of everyone and everything. Entropy measures the disorder within a system. Usually, the hotter the system, the more disorder it has. Therefore, a system with a higher temperature has greater entropy than one with a lower temperature. Heat is the energy related to entropy. The second law of thermodynamics tells us that if left alone, a system always becomes more disorder. Its entropy will increase and eventually reaches a maximum. The second law of thermodynamics presents a phenomenon of irreversibility in nature. For example, if you do not put any effort into putting order into your room, it will become more and more disorder. It will not get neater by itself. Its entropy will increase. The third law of thermodynamics tells us that as we lower the temperature of the system, its entropy gets smaller and reaches a minimum as the temperature approaches approximate zero. Electromagnetism studies the movement of everything under electromagnetic force. Developed over the course of 19th century, classical electromagnetism culminated in the work of James Clerk Maxwell. Maxwell unified precedented development in electromagnetism via a set of equations now known as Maxwell equation. Through this equation, people discovered that light is an electromagnetic wave. The development of electromagnetism has led to the invention of the use of electric lights, electric tools, and machine, the telegraph, and many other applications. For physicists using to Newtonian mechanics, electromagnetic appear to be peculiar. In fact, is not consistent with classical mechanics. According to Maxwell equations, the speed of light in the vacuum is a universal constant. This violates the assumption in Newtonian mechanics that all laws of motion are identical in all inheritance and frame of reference under Galilean transformation and in inertial frame of reference is frame of reference that describe time and space homogeneously in a time independent and a space independent manner. Galilean transformation treats space and time as a separate identities. The assumption that space and time are independent of each other was a long-standing cornerstone of classical mechanics. Okay, and now I have reached to modern physics, which I will read it next week. And I will continue from modern physics. And now it's time for us to do a practice. As I said before, the practice is practice of what we can manifest, what we can manifest. As I said last time, to make a journal and write down what is it that you want to accomplish. One thing, we concentrate on one thing and one thing only to accomplish. And once that is done, then gradually many other things falls into place. And I said that I start by going, first of all, connecting with what you want to accomplish. Okay, that is our goal. I want to accomplish, for instance, I will tell you about mine, and we can gradually go with my example, but you don't have to. You are using your own. My idea is huge, to be honest with you. It's huge as far as the goal is concerned, that I want to create a sustainable housing for women and children of abused or homeless. And this goal had been in me for years and years. And according to Dr. Ruling, which I am taking the science course myself, this is my goal. I'm connecting to this goal. But then gradually, as I go within myself, and I check myself, discover, I be aware of anything that is resisting, if emotionally, mentally, physically, it does not matter. And I really realized a few 2 weeks ago that one of the things that I find in myself is about in my heart area, that procrastination has there. It's something that I wanted to do and I never take a step toward it. Then once I find out this is my challenge, Then I started doing up and still connected to my goal, but this is the first level that it comes up. How do I overcome it? I started, telling myself daily that nighttime, in the morning, whenever, is I'm loved, I'm supported, and I'm protected by the whole universe. I am loved, protected, and supported by the whole universe. There is no separation between me and the whole universe. Is the separation comes from my mind, that, oh, how can it be? But the more I chant this, I say this over and over and over, and then I it becomes one with me. As a matter of fact, once I have said that over and over and over again, now I feel that only last week I have started to take action, take a step toward it. I went back to where I was stuck and in developing my business. Where was I stuck? Then step after step, I overcome that. Oh, I need to contact this person, which actually I talked to her this morning, this afternoon. Then I started doing my website, and everything had been already done, but I came to understanding that this is not what I want to do. I better do it another way. So I changed everything, not everything, but most things. So the important thing is that once I realize I'm aware of what is blocking me in my procrastination, then I took action. And now my actions is one thing led to another, led to another, led to another. But still, I'm constantly saying I'm loved and protected and secure by whole universe. And this phrase, it brings me into a self-love, because self-love, it melts all blockages. If you talk to anybody, and if they go deep within themselves, in the important thing that they will find out deep inside of themselves is not loving themselves enough. And it is all in the heart. So the more I say it, the more things is opening. The doors is opening. People are calling me. People are offering things. Accidentally, I came across someone who needed my help in the hallway. I came across to someone that my mother is in a nursing home, that I can offer the help to the residents and to the staff. things are opening for me. And I'm sure that if you do the same, you will see the result as well. Is that enough? No, of course not. But the inspiration comes to me. Okay, I should contact this person or the other person, or and then take an action toward it. Because before I was sitting and doing nothing. Doing nothing. That's how I was stuck. That's how bad I was stuck. But now that my challenge was procrastination, then I took action. Now I see that things are opening, and it will open more and more. Because right now I'm putting all my efforts into it. It should come. Actually, as I was telling myself that I need to change my website, I need to change my social media, this and that, then all of a sudden, here it goes. Something in one of the meetings with one of the events with Master Shah, he said, okay, our CEO is offering a new software that has everything in it. So, and then uh, everything is already done for me. It's the matter of implementing it. Where I was before, just 3 days ago, I enrolled into something that did not had the good results, and I had to talk to customer service to return it, to cancel it. It's this simple, that the doors is opening to me to have to create a business, a successful business for me, to have a network of people that who have done the non-profit organization, that how do I start, where do I go. But it takes time. I never said that it would be over, but the more I chanted that I love myself, I'm secure, I'm protected by the whole universe, the more I see the universe is showing me these clouds that is hiding the solution behind it. I hope I can convey my message very good to you, but I'm sure, I'm positive that once I get in the role, then I don't have to do anything. It just comes to me. You see, it just comes without effortlessly. This is how the universe works. You see, we are provided with the food, with the shelter, with the clothes, of course, for those of us that who lives in I live in Canada. I'm very, very grateful for that. I cannot tell you how grateful I am. But I know that there are many, many people that they are hungry, they are homeless, this is what my goal is, to provide them a shelter, a sustainable shelter for these people. I understand all of these but at the same time, uh, I'm hopeful that I can be of a help to these people. And the universe is using me to help them, not for myself. Thank God, I have I'm renting an apartment in a good neighborhood in Toronto, Canada, and I have a limited budget that income that comes to me from uh, you know from my late husband. And is it enough? There is there is enough. It depends on how I look at it. It is enough for me. Is enough. Do I need more? I need a lot more to accomplish my task, which to build that sustainable housing for people. I need a lot, actually. But since my goal, I passed on my goal to the universe, I connect with the universe about my goal, the universe will provide that also. It's the matter of connection and the order and being one with universe. When I am one with universe, which is my love is the source of essence of creation. When I find that self-love, the universe is me. I am the universe. And it's the matter of practice. Just keep telling yourself, I'm loved, secure and protected by the whole universe. I am God. God is me. When you really truly believe in this statement and you become one with this, then there would not be separation. And anything that God had created, I can create. I hope that I will keep you posted on about what else I have accomplished next week, or what the universe had helped me to step one step forward, two step forward. Yeah. Okay, so this is all for tonight, and I wish you the best of luck. Please do practice. Do your practices. You would not be regretted. You would not. Absolutely not. And I would sign off and say good night till next week. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Bye bye, everyone. Bye.